It's 8 a.m. right now. Friends and family of 3 people killed in a Madison area car crash honor their memory with a vigil, and now the mother of one of the victims is speaking out. Plus, the latest on the race to the White House and the Supreme Court's decision to look into former President Trump's eligibility.
And we're still seeing some snow across Madison and all of southern Wisconsin. All the full forecast coming up.
Good morning. Thanks for joining us here on Weekend Mornings. I'm Kop Zorski. It is Saturday, January 6th. Let's begin this hour by taking a look outside with Jacob Madison. Jacob, some snow this morning. Kind of clearing out now, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's surprisingly still snowing. The radar isn't picking up the snow here in Madison, but looking outside, definitely seeing some snow currently falling. We've had about 1 inch, and we may even see about another ½ inch going forward. Looking at the current temperature right now, we're at 30 degrees, and if we look at the current radar, as I mentioned, it's not really picking up on the radar. Now, it is picking up to the north and east of Madison, a little bit more moderate snow for you folks further north and east. But right now, the heaviest is out of our area, closer to Green Bay and Fond du Lac. But as I mentioned, we could maybe see about another additional ½ inch if it keeps snowing, despite the radar not really picking it up. Now, looking closer at Dane County, barely seeing anything, but the snow still falling. So if we look at future cast over the next few hours, we're going to continue to see some of that falling snow for the central and eastern portions of our area. You folks around La Crosse, you know, it's not showing up on radar. I'm not sure if it's snowing there, but if it is snowing, it's probably very light. Not expect to see that much snow for you folks. But as we get into the afternoon hours, still expect to see some light flurries across our area. Don't be surprised if we see some very light snow throughout a good portion of the day. And as we get into the overnight hours, it really should begin to clear out of our area, but still going to impact the eastern portion of our area during the early overnight hours. So looking at the forecast for today, in general, we'll see cloudy skies with only light snow expected with high temperatures in the 30s. Now, we still have that alert day for Tuesday for the likelihood of accumulating snow. I'll have the full forecast on that coming up a bit later.
All right, Jacob, thank you. We'll check back in just a bit. Topping our news now this hour, a vigil was held at Madison's Penn Park last night to remember the lives of 3 people killed in a car crash earlier this week. The medical examiner has identified those killed as 30-year-old Rashad Nelson, 30-year-old Aaron Willis, and 19-year-old Asia Ray. Family, friends, and loved ones released balloons to honor the 3 deaths, which they say were preventable. The trio were inside a car that crashed in College Grove after being chased by Monona police. In the wake of the crash, MOPD have decided to temporarily pause its pursuit policy. The mother of one of the people killed is calling for justice, saying her daughter didn't need to die. Our Braden Ross sat down with her, as well as Monona Police Chief Brian Cheney, to get answers on what happened and what's coming next.
It's going to be hard. It's so close to both of our birthdays.
Asia Ray's loved ones say she was a light in their lives.
She was an old soul. She was very sweet. She made sure everybody was happy.
But New Year's Day, that light went dark.
She would be truly missed from all of us.
Asia was killed when a Monona police pursuit ended in a crash. 2 others in that car also died.
I am sensitive to the fact that there are lives lost.
It was one of 4 chases initiated by Monona police in under a week, the 59th in 2023. Monday night's chase started when a Monona police officer tried to stop the car because it was, quote, suspicious. The driver then led police on a chase that ended when they laid spike strips and the car crashed.
Well, I'm so upset. Like, that's why you put spikes down, because the car was under suspicion. They didn't rob no bank, didn't kill anybody, none of that. Just the car was under suspicion.
I don't want folks to only focus on the word suspicious. I will say that there were other factors involved and that there is a legal reason for the traffic stop that is playing a factor here as well.
Monona Police Chief Brian Cheney defended his department's chase policy and added he believes his officer acted appropriately in this case.
Now is the time to be supportive of, obviously, the family, but now knowing that I'm saying that the officer obeyed the law and followed police policy and practice, we should continue to support the officer and this police department.
But for Asia's mom, that answer just isn't good enough.
So I want justice for my child. I want justice.
For News 3 Now, I'm Braden Ross.
Thank you, Braden. Staying in Monona now, where police have released the pictures of 2 people of interest in connection to the shooting of a 17-year-old. See if you recognize these 2 men. The shooting happened the night of December 20th on Monona Drive. The teen was treated for their injuries at a hospital. Police later recovered an abandoned Tesla in Madison the next day, which they say was involved in the shooting. Anyone with information are asked to call Madison area Crime Stoppers, and that number is 608-266-6014. Up north to La Crosse County now, where a man accused of attempted intentional homicide is looking for a new lawyer. Freeman Cole is accused of trying to strangle a woman to death in a storage garage. La Crosse County Judge Elliot Levine granted a public defender's motion to withdraw as Cole's lawyer. Cole said he's fighting for his freedom and wants a public defender who will communicate with him. The judge said another public defender would likely take his place, and Cole has a preliminary hearing set for January 16th. Looking ahead now to this year's presidential campaign, President Biden is directly attacking former President Trump, while the Supreme Court says it will weigh in on a Colorado case to remove Trump from the upcoming primary ballot. Bradley Blackburn has the latest.
The 2024 battle for the White House took President Biden to Valley Forge, Pennsylvania Friday.
What's Trump done?
Where he went after former President Trump for his role in the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol.
He promised it would be wild, and it was. He told the crowd to fight like hell, and all hell was unleashed. It was among the worst derelictions of duty by a president in American history.
Campaigning in Iowa, Trump leads the field for the Republican nomination by double digits.
By delivering a massive victory in Iowa, you'll send a thundering message to crooked Joe Biden.
But his opponents argue Trump's history is a distraction or a danger.
Donald Trump has said that he wants to be a dictator.
If Trump is the nominee, the election is going to be about legal issues, criminal trials, and January 6th.
Trump faces primary ballot challenges in multiple states, arguing he's constitutionally ineligible. On Friday, the Supreme Court said it will take up a Colorado case and answer the question quickly.
The court really had no choice but to take this up, and I would not be surprised if they rule, perhaps unanimously, that the Colorado Supreme Court got it wrong.
The decision could come by the end of February. Until then, Trump will stay on the ballot in Colorado. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
Meanwhile, former President Trump will be off the campaign trail next week and back in multiple courtrooms. He will attend closing arguments in a civil fraud trial in New York and travel to Washington for federal appeals court arguments in his election fraud trial. In other news from around the country, a former U.S. Capitol police officer who was on duty during the January 6th attack is hoping to return to the Capitol, but as a congressman. Harry Dunn says he's running for Maryland's 3rd congressional district. Dunn has publicly spoken out about the violence he and other members of law enforcement experienced in the Capitol insurrection. Despite the trauma it caused him, Dunn continued to work as a Capitol police officer. He only stepped down several weeks ago. Dunn has been awarded the Congressional Gold Medal and the Presidential Citizens Medal for his actions during the attack. Today does mark the 3-year anniversary of the attack on the nation's capital. The leader of the National Rifle Association is stepping down. The NRA is one of the nation's most powerful lobbying groups. The move by longtime leader Wayne LaPierre comes just days before his civil corruption trial is set to begin. He's accused of using the organization as a personal piggy bank to fund luxury clothing, car services, and private jets.
His legacy will be one of corruption, one of self-dealing, one of mismanagement. But the real legacy in the end will be that the NRA opposed all gun safety laws at every turn.
LaPierre and the NRA have denied the allegations of corruption. And overseas, convicted murderer Oscar Pistorius is a free man after serving nearly 9 years in prison. The former South African Paralympic sprinter was convicted of shooting his girlfriend in his house in 2013. The athlete, known as the Blade Runner for his carbon fiber prosthetic legs, denied killing her in a fit of anger, saying he had mistaken her for an intruder. South Africa's Correctional Services said in a statement that general parole conditions will apply to Pistorius. That means he will be required to be home at particular hours of the day, have no consumption of alcohol or prohibited substances, and no media interviews. Back here in the U.S., stocks didn't move much on Friday, capping off a week in the red. The first week of the new year ends a 9-week winning streak for the ends the 9-week winning streak for the major indexes. Much of that rally was fueled by optimism the Federal Reserve is done raising interest rates. But Friday's labor report showed the economy added 216,000 jobs. And now here's a closer look at Friday's numbers. The Dow jumps 26 points. The The NASDAQ gets a 14-point jump, and the S&P 500 is up 8.5 points. Time now is 8:09, still ahead. More local news, including a library which opens a new location to serve its community. And let's take a live look outside. Some snow falling this morning in Madison. Jacob has your full forecast just ahead on Weekend Mornings.
The First Warn Weather Team takes you beyond the barometer, only on News 3 Now.
It's here, Wisconsin's newest and most exclusive sports show. Wisconsin Huddle. It's more than just highlights. It's more than X's and O's. It's a dynamic 30-minute weekly special produced for the die-hard fans of Wisconsin athletics. Embark on an exclusive journey into the lives of some of UW's top athletes as we offer an inside look into their world. Watch Wisconsin Huddle Friday nights at 6:30. Brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
Are record energy costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? With inflation rising at record levels and incomes not keeping pace, you might be one of tens of thousands of Wisconsin residents who are struggling to survive in the blistering heat of summer or the bitter cold of winter. While you haven't asked for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to face the challenge of living without heat or power or face homelessness. For a hand up, apply today and call 1-800-506-5596. That's 800-506-5596. Or visit www.kwwf.org.
The Home Expo is coming to the Monona Terrace Convention Center this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Meet the Madison area's top builders, remodelers, and home improvement experts at the Monona Terrace Convention Center, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday only.
At RG Heating and Air Conditioning, our promise to you is 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Guaranteed service, repairs, and replacements. Installing quality Trane equipment. Trust your home with RG Heating and AC.
When migraine strikes, you're faced with a choice. Ride it out with the trade-offs of treating, or push through the pain and symptoms. With Ubrelvy, there's another option. One dose works fast to eliminate migraine pain. Treat it anytime, anywhere, without worrying where you are or if it's too late.
Do not take with strong CYP3A4 inhibitors. Allergic reactions to Ubrelvy can happen. Most common side effects were nausea and sleepiness.
Migraine pain relief starts with you. Ask about Ubrelvy. Learn how AbbVie can help you save.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Good morning, everybody. Here's a look at the information on the alert day we have for Tuesday and Tuesday night. This is mostly for southern Wisconsin, so you folks in La Crosse likely aren't going to see alert day conditions, but you folks will still see the snowfall. We'll see about 1 to 5 inches. Those of you near La Crosse will see around 1 inch. Those of you near Janesville will see around 5. Madison will see around 2 to 4. So there could be some isolated amounts a bit higher to the southeast of Madison, but in general, our entire region will probably see somewhere between 1 and 5 inches. And again, this is for Tuesday and Tuesday night. Now, here's a look at the 3 things you need to know for today. Still seeing some flurries, and there are expected to continue to be some light flurries during the day today. And then we have the alert day for snow on Tuesday, but much colder weather will follow the system, and the temperatures are going to continue to fall as we head into next weekend, likely the coldest weather of the winter so far. Now, here's a look at the current radar. Still seeing that snowfall in the eastern portion of the state, and despite they're not showing any snow on radar, it is still snowing here in Madison, at least here at the station. But the heaviest snow right now is off to the northeast up near Green Bay and Fond du Lac. Now, if we take a look at Futurecast for today, we're going to continue to see some snow showers near Lake Michigan. The rest of our area likely only going to see some light flurries. Not really expect to see much accumulation going forward. Maybe areas east of Madison and possibly north could see about a ½ inch at most, but we've seen about 1 inch so far this morning. My guess is we'll probably stay around that when the whole day is done. Now, as we look a bit further, we're going to be dry for Sunday and Monday before that system moves into our area. It will enter our area Monday night, and Monday night our entire area will see some snowfall. At least it's pretty likely. By the time we get to Tuesday afternoon, you folks in La Crosse may see the snow come to an end, but for south central and southeastern Wisconsin, the snow is expected to continue. Now, the heaviest will be to the south of our area in northern Illinois and also to the east near Lake Michigan, but the snow is still expected to continue for parts of our area, especially the southern portion, for Tuesday evening before it clears out by Wednesday morning. Now, total accumulation will be around 2 to 4 inches, so nothing extreme, but we've put out the alert day because this will still be enough snow to warrant an alert day, and roads are definitely going to be slippery throughout the day on Tuesday, so just take it easy. And these numbers are still subject to increase just a little bit. We could see some isolated amounts close to 5 to 6 inches, but in general, 2 to 4 inches is what we are expecting at this time. But we're not going to be done with snow after that, because we're going to be a lot more active next week, not necessarily for La Crosse as much as it will be for Madison. Now, there's still some chances of snow next week for La Crosse, especially by the time we get to Saturday. But take a look at all the chances of snowfall for Madison as we head towards next week. We're going to expect 3 rounds of snow possibly. I already talked about the alert day Tuesday, but another round of snow is expected Wednesday night into Thursday, and then again Friday night into Saturday with maybe some flurries by the following week. And take a look at those temperatures. Highs look to be in the teens with lows in the single digits, and it also will be breezy, so we may see some wind chill values possibly below 0 at times.
Jacob, thank you for that update. In more local news, the Oregon Public Library is celebrating its brand new home. It reopened this week after moving from its former Brook Street location to a new building on North Alpine Parkway. This location has 10,000 more square feet of space than the library's old one. Also included in the space are new features such as study rooms and nursery rooms for mothers. And the Japanese brewery giant is taking over Iwanaki Brewing Company. Asahi Breweries has struck a deal to acquire Octopi Brewing. Asahi is Japan's largest beer distributor. The acquisition comes less than 2 years after Octopi's massive $72 million expansion. The expansion has helped Octopi see major growth, being able to produce more than 14 billion cases of product per year. The start of the new year has brought with it changes to alcohol laws in Wisconsin. As of January 1st, wineries can now stay open until bar time, extending their legal closing hour from 9 p.m. to 2 a.m. They are also permitted to serve spirits and open multiple locations, both previously illegal. Ryan Preswell is the vice president of the Wisconsin Wine Association. In his position, he's had a role in drafting and proposing these agreements, which he says has been a long time coming.
This is really the biggest reform of alcohol law in the state in a very long time, if ever, actually. And so I'm really looking forward to seeing what that economic impact really does for the state.
Prelwitz and other winery owners tell us they're most excited to host events in their facilities, distribute their products on a wider scale, and serve drinks that appeal to all customers. Emergency room visits are on the rise, plus how a good night's rest now may help you in the future. Natalie Brand has a look at the week's top health stories.
COVID hospitalizations nationwide are at the highest level since last February. Emergency room visits and deaths are also on the rise from last week alone. And it's not just COVID. Doctors are also seeing more cases of the flu and RSV. 31 states are reporting high or very high levels of various respiratory illnesses. You may want to hold off on that extra pinch of salt. A study from Tulane University found people who add extra salt to their food were at much higher risk for developing chronic kidney disease. The study authors say reducing salt can help lower the chances of kidney problems. And good quality sleep at midlife may help prevent cognitive decline later on. Researchers at the University of California, San Francisco followed hundreds of people with an average age of 40 for more than a decade. Those who had the most disrupted sleep were twice as likely to have poor memory and thinking skills than those with the least disrupted sleep. Those are some of the week's top health stories. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Washington.
Still ahead, a couple events to take part in today in the Madison area, plus several new shows and movies to check out this weekend. Will Loper shares his picks in 3 things to watch when we return.
Don't miss the Smith Brothers Factory Authorized New Year's Sale on now at Wanakee Furniture ETC. Select from many styles on our showroom floor or custom order the Amish crafted furniture that's right for you.
Happy New Year! Experience the Channel 3000 News app today. Tailored for your news the way you want it. With a customizable home page and faster page loads, download the Channel 3000 News app. Powered by News 3 Now.
Get a great deal and do a great deal of good when you shop at Habitat Restore. From furniture and decor to appliances and building materials, we've got everything you need for your next project. Shop our convenient East and West locations today.
Dear all-wheel drive, let's show the road what we've got. Snowy streets, we're coming for you. Icy grip, we're holding tight. Wintry mix, meh. Safety's the name of our game. Yours, Toyota all-wheel drive sedans.
Right now, get 4.99% APR for 60 months on a new Toyota RAV4, Corolla, Highlander, Tundra, or Crown. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Brothers Maine has been family-owned since 1938. Some of us were born into this family, and others chose to join through the years. Now, we know you can't replace family, but you can replace appliances, and Brothers Maine is here for you when one breaks down. Our in-house team has delivered ranges to washers to refrigerators to hectic households in a pinch, oftentimes the next day. Just because an appliance breaks down doesn't mean you have to. We're not big box. We're Brothers Maine. We want you to feel like family here.
A concert experience you won't want to miss. It's the Commodores. Performing live Saturday, February 17th at Ho Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells. Tickets are on sale now through Ticketmaster. 70 million albums sold, 7 #1 hits. The Grammy Award-winning Commodores. February 17th at Ho Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells. Your odds are better here.
A logo can do more than identify your company. It can connect in meaningful ways, energize your team, and inspire your customers. We're 4imprint, and we know your logo on the right product can create moments that matter. With 30 years of experience and thousands of products to choose from, we guarantee your order will be right the first time, on time, and for a great price. Be certain that the right moments will matter. Explore thousands of promotional products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
Don't miss the Smith Brothers Factory Authorized New Year's Sale on now at Wanakee Furniture ETC. Select from many styles on our showroom floor or custom order the Amish crafted furniture that's right for you.
Happy New Year!
Let's check out our weather photos of the day. This first one was sent in to us by Joy from Janesville, showing a beautiful sunset beyond the trees. So thank you, Joy, for submitting that photo. And our second photo was sent in by Philip from Montello, also showing a very nice sunset, this time over a lake. So thank you both for submitting your photos. And you can submit your own photo through our website. Just go to channel3000.com. Click on the weather tab, scroll down past the 10-day forecast until you see post your own. It's as simple as that. Now let's take a look at the precipitation chances over the next week or so. We're going to have possibly 3 rounds of snow. I want to point out this is all in the form of snow. The alert days for Monday night through Tuesday night, but we have another chance of snow. In fact, snow is likely Wednesday night and Thursday, with another round of snow possible Friday night or Friday during the day into early Saturday. So it does look like the relatively snowless winter we've had, not completely snowless, but it looks like we're going to get a lot more snow going forward, especially next week.
All right, Jacob, thank you. There is no shortage of films and shows streaming right now. Our Will Loper shares a few of the best in this weekend's 3 Things to Watch.
Do you want to live mundane lives, or do you want to be part of something special and unique?
Newly streaming on Amazon Prime Video is the film Foe.
You've been selected to live up there.
Okay, well, you're wasting your time because we haven't even been on an airplane. She'd hate it.
I should clarify. I'm talking about you here, Junior. Only you.
Saoirse Ronan and Paul Mescal star as a couple who have a chance to save humanity, but there's a catch in the form of a robot clone.
I don't want a robot living with my wife.
Do you really want to leave her here all alone, day after day?
Foe is streaming on Amazon Prime Video now.
Sanctuary. A town where for hundreds of years, witches like myself lived in the open.
Newly streaming on AMC Plus is the series Sanctuary, A Witch's Tale.
All I ever wanted was for my daughter to take after me as a witch, but she didn't.
There's been an accident.
A party?
After the death of a teen bully, his mother points to 2 witches as the culprits.
Everyone's turning against us.
Witchcraft!
This is an illegal spell book.
That's a sign. What does it mean? Destruction.
The first 2 episodes of Sanctuary, A Witch's Tale are streaming on AMC Plus now.
I'm not your prisoner. I'm here to negotiate.
And newly streaming on Netflix is the series The Brother's Son.
Bruce, our family is head of the Jade Dragons.
So we're like criminals. You could have told me that.
Michelle Yeoh stars as the mother of 2 sons, one who's into improv, the other who turns out to be an assassin.
Our enemies are coming after you to get to me.
I'm starting to think that neither of us really know Mom at all. Don't question her.
All 8 episodes of The Brother's Son are streaming on Netflix now. Those are the 3 things you need to watch, and this is Will Loper for Weekend Mornings.
Gotta check a few of those out. Well, now a look at what's happening today. First, Joey's Song will return to the Sylvie to raise money for a good cause. The Joey's Song Foundation is hosting its 9th benefit concert to raise money to fight against epilepsy. The foundation was established in 2010 in memory of Joey Gomo, who suffered from a rare and debilitating form of epilepsy, dying just days before his 5th birthday. Immediately after, Joey's Song was created to give back and raise funds for the fight.
We do this, and it's allowed me, many of these folks I've known for a really long time, to pull friends together, do this benefit, fill a beautiful venue like the Sylvie up, and raise a lot of money.
Charlie Barnes and Butch Vig of the band Garbage will be headlining. The concert lineup also includes Portugal, The Man, and more. To find more info, just look for this story on our website at channel3000.com. And the Madison Late Winter Market returns today. It runs each Saturday from now until the beginning of the outdoor season. You will still find many of your favorite Dane County Farmers Market members, as well as a full array of fruits and vegetables, and so much more. There is free parking, but they do fill up quick, and it's open now through noon at Garver Feed Mill. Still to come on Weekend Mornings, a look at our top headlines. Stick with us. You're watching Weekend Mornings.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy a furnace. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase a furnace and an air conditioner at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
I'm a little old to count down the days, but my ski trip to Cascade Mountain with my cousin each year, so much fun. We used to pretend like we were flying. Now, we really do. My dad and my uncle like that we still ski free. But Noah and I, we just have fun. See you there.
We can't help what you do before you go to bed, but we can make sure the sleep is solid once you finally get there. And during the extended New Year's super sale at Denver Mattress, the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Or purchase a Tempur-Pedic and get a $300 gift. Check out the Summit for only $299.99, plus 6 years no interest financing and free shipping. Here's to 365 nights of better sleep. Happy New Year from Denver Mattress.
Cobeson Buses, now hiring.
I'm Dina Noland. I drive for Cobeson Buses.
Working with Cobeson, it's definitely been great because of the flexibility. First day of school for my son, the fact that I get to bring him there and I can just park my bus right on the side and walk in. They don't mind that. They want you to be there for your family.
I've always enjoyed working with kids. The opportunity to transport them in a bus, I enjoy doing it.
Visit Cobeson.com to apply.
Hello, Wisconsin insurance brokers. Are you seeking outstanding dental coverage options? Momentum Insurance is your answer. A locally owned Madison company, we specialize in meeting Wisconsin residents' dental insurance needs. Our comprehensive coverages, competitive commissions, bonus programs, and online portals are what set us apart. Partner with us to elevate your group dental offerings. For details, visit our website at MomentumPlans.com. Momentum Insurance, your partner for outstanding dental coverage.
When migraine strikes, you're faced with a choice. Ride it out with the trade-offs of treating, or push through the pain and symptoms. With Ubrelvy, there's another option. One dose works fast to eliminate migraine pain. Treat it anytime, anywhere, without worrying where you are or if it's too late.
Do not take with strong CYP3A4 inhibitors. Allergic reactions to Ubrelvy can happen. Most common side effects were nausea and sleepiness.
Migraine pain relief starts with you. Ask about Ubrelvy. Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy a furnace. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase a furnace and an air conditioner at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
Right now at 8:30, it is the 30-year anniversary of the attacks on Washington, what the president is saying about those who let it happen. Plus, local news including how letter grades may soon be going away at a Madison high school.
And we're still seeing some light snow across our area this morning. I'll have your full forecast coming up.
Good morning. It is 8:30. Thanks for joining us here on Weekend Mornings. I'm Kyle Pazorski. Let's send it over to Jacob Montesano now for a look at your Saturday forecast. Jacob, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. You know, I'm a big fan of the snow. We got a little bit more snow than anticipated. Got about an inch of snow in Madison, just enough to really completely cover the grass. And we're still seeing some light snow. Here's a look at the Capitol. Even though it's not showing up on radar, and you can see that, here's a look at the radar, not really showing up here in Dane County. Did earlier, but a lot of that heavier snow has moved off to the east and north, right now impacting areas around Green Bay, but for Dane County and places to the east, still seeing that light snow. And we're going to continue to see some of this light snow throughout the day. Here's a closer look at that area near, or where the heaviest snow is, up north in east near Fond du Lac, and also continuing up north towards Green Bay. Looking further closer at Madison, a few light flurries here and there, but as I mentioned, still seeing some snow despite some areas on the radar not showing up as snow. So here's a look at the forecast throughout the morning. Going to continue to see the scattered snow showers, especially for the eastern part of our area. You folks near La Crosse probably not going to see that much snow today. And as we get into the afternoon, a lot of that snow will begin to break up, but some lingering flurries are still expected, but we're not going to see a lot of accumulation with those flurries. But in general, just expect to see cloudy skies with some light snow throughout the day. Will be on and off, maybe accumulate about a dusting, but for the most part, most of the accumulation that we've seen so far will be about what we see by the end of the day as well. So not going to see a lot of accumulation, but going to continue to see the light snow. But we are going to see more accumulation next week. We have several rounds of snowfall, and the first one on Tuesday, we have an alert day for us. So I'll have a full forecast on that coming up a little bit later.
All right, Jacob, thank you. To our top stories now. Today marks 3 years since the attack on the United States Capitol. It started with tens of thousands of Donald Trump supporters descending on Washington for a rally. He delivered a speech and urged his followers to march to the Capitol to stop lawmakers and Vice President Mike Pence from certifying the 2020 election results. Thousands of people proceeded to breach the Capitol building.
The entire nation watched in horror. The whole world watched in disbelief. And Trump did nothing.
President Biden speaking at Valley Forge during a campaign stop on Friday, his first of 2024. In total, 5 people died in the chaos and 140 police officers were hurt, although the top prosecutor for D.C. says the number of injured is likely higher. The U.S. Supreme Court says it will review the Colorado Supreme Court's decision on former President Trump. The state's highest court decided to remove Trump's name from the ballot there due to his role on January 6th. At issue is whether arcane language in the 14th Amendment can forbid Trump's candidacy. Colorado is one of at least 18 states where the question came up. Once the Supreme Court weighs in, it could decide the matter nationwide. A vigil was held at Madison's Penn Park last night to remember the lives of 3 people killed in a car crash earlier this week. The medical examiner has identified those killed as 30-year-old Rashad Nelson, 30-year-old Aaron Willis, and 19-year-old Asia Ray. Family, friends, and other loved ones released balloons to honor the 3 whose deaths they say were preventable. The trio were inside a car that crashed in Cottage Grove after being chased by Monona police. In the wake of the crash, MOPD have decided to temporarily pause its pursuit policy. Governor Tony Evers says he is open to 2 different Republican proposals heading into 2024. They focus on tax cuts and legalizing medical marijuana. The governor sat down in a one-on-one interview with News 3 Now political reporter Will Keneally to discuss these issues. The governor had previously vetoed 2 different Republican tax cuts that would have impacted Wisconsinites making roughly between $27,000 and $300,000. He says he doesn't want a tax cut to go to those who are wealthy. Governor says he might back these new tax cuts, which targets retirees.
What would it take to get you on board?
Well, to tell me who's going to benefit from this. If we're going to focus on retirees who spent their lives working hard and are maybe even struggling in retirement, then I'm for it. So we'll see. I'm open to it.
Governor Evers also said he backs medical marijuana in principle as long as there are no so-called poison pills added to the plan. This means Wisconsin could be inching closer to joining its neighbors with some form of legalized marijuana. We could see both of those proposals introduced by the legislature later this month. Now to a scary moment in Sun Prairie Friday afternoon. Police say 2 kids fell through the ice of a retention pond. It happened shortly after 3:15 p.m. The children were pulled from the water and taken to a nearby hospital. Their condition is unclear, and we've reached out to police to learn more, and any updates will be on our website at channel3000.com. An update now on the search for a permanent superintendent of Madison schools. The school district will interview finalists early next month, February 6th and 7th. A decision is expected by the end of February. It's unclear how many finalists there are. The district says it's received more than 60 applications since posting the position. It's possible to get involved in the search for the next superintendent. Now through next Friday, you can give suggestions, interview questions, as well as apply to participate on an interview panel. Freshmen at Madison's East High School won't see a giant letter circled in red pen on the top of their paper in most of their classes anymore. Instead, students will now be graded on a scale that ranges from advanced to emerging on their skills. That's according to the Standards-Based Learning Handbook. On a Zoom call Friday, members of the district shared this method isn't new, as other districts have made this change. They say it aims to move students away from focusing on a grade and more toward learning the material.
It really diminishes the value of learning if our kids are going around and splitting hairs over a 0.05 to try to get a C. I think it really drew attention to how that feels. That's not how our teachers want to run their classrooms.
At the end of each semester, the school will translate these proficiency levels into traditional letter grades for report cards and transcripts. Time is now 8:36. Still ahead on weekend mornings, a look at the latest jobs report. Please don't go away.
My name is Adrienne, and I was hurt in a car accident. What Gruber Law Office has done for me was made me feel safe. It didn't cost me anything, just one call, that's all.
Injured? Call Gruber Law Offices today. One call, that's all.
We can't help what you do before you go to bed, but we can make sure the sleep is solid once you finally get there. And during the extended New Year's super sale at Denver Mattress, the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Or purchase a Tempur-Pedic and get a $300 gift. Check out the Summit for only $299.99, plus 6 years no interest financing and free shipping. Here's to 365 nights of better sleep. Happy New Year from Denver Mattress.
Are you searching for a fresh career?
Then join the team at Chalk D Building Systems. We're expanding, now with 2 Sun Prairie locations, and we're looking for individuals to join our team as assemblers, material handlers, order pickers, and machine operators. Chalk D Building Systems competitive pay starts at $22 per hour plus comprehensive benefits. 3 shifts are available with overtime potential, and you'll become part of our 100% employee-owned team. Make your next career move on the careers page at chalkd.com.
A concert experience you won't want to miss. It's the Commodores. Performing live Saturday, February 17th at Ho Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells. Tickets are on sale now through Ticketmaster. 70 million albums sold, 7 #1 hits. The Grammy Award-winning Commodores. February 17th at Ho Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells. Your odds are better here.
Family-owned Brothers Maine knows choosing appliances for a remodel or new build can be exciting and overwhelming. Our experienced staff has experienced it all as we've guided thousands of area families through appliance selection. Brothers Maine has a larger inventory and low-price deals that consistently beat competitors, including Big Box. You heard me, Big Box can't beat our prices. From sales to install, Brothers Maine does it all. Feel great about your purchases and feel like family at Brothers Maine.
Gruber Law Office. One call, that's all.
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 Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
One call, that's all.
Monday at 6, to tip or not to tip. If you're unsure, you're not alone. I'm talking with people on State Street to see if tipping has gone too far.
I think it has gotten a little bit out of hand.
Let's find out why one local business has tossed out tipping altogether. Monday on News 3 Now at 6.
Help St. Vincent de Paul and News 3 Now give neighbors in need a warm night's sleep. The last weekend in January, donate new or gently used blankets at St. Vinny's and local drop-off sites. Or give to the online blanket fund. Join us and recycle the warmth.
Still seeing some light snow across Dane County, and here's a look at the forecast for the rest of today. Going to continue to see some light to moderate snow for places east of Dane County near Lake Michigan. But for the rest of our area, although we are going to see some very light snow, we're certainly not going to see much accumulation going forward. And the further west you're located, the less likely you will see that snowfall. So for those of you around La Crosse, don't expect to see much snow. But here in Madison, we could continue to see some light snow throughout the afternoon, which will continue to make roads a bit slippery, so just take it easy if you plan on traveling anywhere today. Now here's a look at the forecast for the beginning of next week. Going to be dry Sunday and Monday, but here's a look at Monday night. This is where the alert day is. We are expected to see widespread snowfall for much of our area Monday night. And as we get into Tuesday, it looks like areas north and west may see the snow come to an end, but it could continue to snow for areas south and southeast of Madison. And as we get into Tuesday night, it looks like it's going to break up, and it should clear out by Wednesday morning. Now we're expected to see 2 to 4 inches of snow, which is enough to warrant an alert day, but this isn't the only round of snow we are going to see next week. I'll have more details on that coming up in just a little bit.
The leader of the National Rifle Association is stepping down. The NRA is one of the nation's most powerful lobbying groups. The move by longtime leader Wayne Lapierre comes just days before his civil corruption trial is set to begin. He's accused of using the organization as a personal piggy bank to fund luxury clothing, car services, and private jets.
His legacy will be one of corruption, one of self-dealing, one of mismanagement. But the real legacy in the end will be that the NRA opposed all gun safety laws at every turn.
Lapierre and the NRA have denied the allegations of corruption. Attorney General Merrick Garland says the FBI has stopped more than 500 legal firearm sales to people under 21 years old since Congress approved enhanced background checks. The enhanced checks are part of the bipartisan Safer Communities Act implemented in October of 2022. It includes things like outreach to state or local officials who may have access to disqualifying information about firearm buyers that federal officials otherwise would not have.
We have also been utilizing our grant-making authorities to support the local anti-violence initiatives being led by both our law enforcement and our community partners.
The Justice Department says the FBI has used enhanced checks on more than 200,000 gun purchases. The unemployment rate remains near record lows as U.S. businesses continue to add new workers. Bradley Blackburn shows us who's hiring.
Hotels, restaurants, and other businesses in the leisure and hospitality sector added 40,000 jobs in December. The healthcare industry also grew, bringing on 38,000 positions. Altogether, the economy added a better than expected 216,000 jobs last month. However, numbers for October and November were revised down significantly. Still, the economy finished 2023 with 2.7 million more jobs than the previous year.
So I think we finished the year as we started, defying expectations.
Wages also increased in December, and millions of workers are receiving a raise this month. More than 20 states boosted the minimum wage, some pushing it to over $20 an hour. Restaurant owner Leah Gaccione is glad her employees are getting a raise, but she's facing a decision.
It puts the business in quite the predicament where you have to raise prices to compensate for that, but people don't like when you raise prices to compensate for that.
Higher prices are something the Federal Reserve is trying to stop. The board has kept interest rates at a high level in an attempt to bring inflation down from the current level of just over 3% to 2%. Some analysts had hoped the board could cut rates later this year.
If we keep getting data that is consistent with a solid labor market, I don't think that the Fed is going to be lowering interest rates anytime soon.
The Fed makes its decision at the end of the month.
According to the new report, the unemployment rate held steady at 3.7%. Still ahead, Zach has your morning sports. Plus, let's take a look outside. Jacob is back with another check of your forecast next on Weekend Mornings.
Sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
The Home Expo is coming this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Meet the top builders, remodelers, and home improvement experts at the Monona Terrace Convention Center this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday only.
At U.S. Cellular, anyone can get any phone free. So give yourself a free phone from U.S. Cellular.
She's here.
Then, give yourself the gift of not checking it. The gift of connection at U.S. Cellular. New and current customers get any phone free.
Attention Wisconsin residents. If you're looking for individual or family dental coverage and want a dental plan that fits your needs, Momentum Insurance can help. We are a locally owned Madison-based insurance company and a trusted provider of all dental insurance needs with friendly, helpful customer service and high value in coverage and cost. To learn more or enroll, visit our website, MomentumPlans.com. That's MomentumPlans.com. Momentum Plans, dental insurance you can smile about.
My name's Paul, and I'm always happy to help you try to find that right garage door for your house.
We had an idea of what we wanted, but when you actually see it, we are just so excited. We love them.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
When migraine strikes, you're faced with a choice. Ride it out with the trade-offs of treating, or push through the pain and symptoms. With Ubrelvy, there's another option. One dose works fast to eliminate migraine pain. Treat it anytime, anywhere, without worrying where you are or if it's too late.
Do not take with strong CYP3A4 inhibitors. Allergic reactions to Ubrelvy can happen. Most common side effects were nausea and sleepiness.
Migraine pain relief starts with you. Ask about Ubrelvy. Learn how AbbVie can help you save.
At Bullet Health System, we believe it is important for you to know your specialist. Dr. Jamie France is a board-certified orthopedic surgeon dedicated to getting you back to living your life through leading-edge technology and world-class care with the least amount of downtime. Dr. France works here. He lives here. He is part of your community and enjoys family time on the ice, providing exceptional care to you. Know your specialist. Exceptional people, exceptional care.
Donate blankets to our neighbors in need during Recycle the Warm.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Good morning, everybody. Here's a look at the information on the alert day we're going to have Monday night through Tuesday night. It will mostly be for southern Wisconsin, so for you folks near La Crosse, likely aren't going to see as much snow, but some snow is still expected. We'll see around 1 to 5 inches in total for our entire area, and once again, this will be Tuesday and Tuesday night. But beyond the alert day, here's a look at the 3 things you need to know. Flurries today, that alert day on Tuesday, colder weather after that system moves through. And if we had a 4th bullet point, I would also want to point out there are a few other rounds of snow throughout next week, both Thursday and then again as we head towards the weekend. So here's a look at the current snowfall right now. We are seeing snow around Dane County, although it's not really showing up on radar. Still snowing here at the station. Also seeing some heavier snow to the east and north of Madison. So zooming in on the heavier bands of snow up north near Fond du Lac and continuing through Green Bay, also impacting Milwaukee and Kenosha. Now, as we look at the forecast going forward, we'll see some flurries today, but for the most part, we're going to be dry for Sunday and Monday. But then as we get towards Monday night, that's when the system will spread out across our area, and we are expect to see some widespread snow Monday night for our entire region. Now, as we get into the day on Tuesday, by Tuesday afternoon and evening, it looks like areas near La Crosse may see the snow come to an end, but in the south central and southeastern portion of the state, snow is expected to continue during that time frame. And by the time we get to Wednesday morning, it will clear out of our area, but still going to see that snow for Tuesday night. Now, as we look a bit further, we're going to see more snow move through our area by the time we get to Wednesday night and Thursday, and this could bring an additional maybe 2 to 3 inches of snow. And this isn't over. We do have another system by the time we get to next weekend, but still pretty far out, so I'm not going to talk too much about that right now. But just know that there is a 3rd round of snow to end the week for next week. So in general, it's going to be a lot more active. But for the alert day specifically, we'll see around 2 to 4 inches of snow. So nothing extreme, but definitely enough to warrant the alert day. It looks like we could see isolated amounts close to 5 to 6 inches to the southeast of Madison. And these numbers are still subject to change. If the storm tracks a bit further north, we could see the snow totals go up just a little bit. But for now, we're expecting 2 to 4 inches of snow. Now here's a look at the 10-day forecast. Temperatures are going to cool down after the storm Tuesday, as we are going to see highs in the lower 20s and then teens by next weekend with lows in the single digits. Now, as we look at Madison, we'll see snow more likely in Madison beyond the alert day, as it looks like La Crosse won't see quite as much, but we have another round of snow Wednesday night, Thursday, and then Friday night, Saturday, with the temperatures continuing to fall with highs in the teens. By next weekend, lows in the single digits with breezy conditions. We also will see wind chill values likely approaching, if not dropping below 0. So next week is definitely going to feel more like winter, even though for the most part, you know, there have been a few days where we've seen some snow and cold weather, but hasn't felt too much like winter so far. But next week is going to be pretty active.
Thank you, Jacob. To sports news, the Badgers didn't miss a beat in their return to the ice, skating past Merrimack. Zach Hanley has that and more in this Morning Sports Report.
For the first time since December 9th, the Badger women's hockey team is back on the ice. Wisconsin dropping the puck on the new year with Merrimack in town. Just the 2nd ever series between the two programs. Badgers outscored the Warriors 9-0 in the first series meeting. Wisconsin down 1 in the first and then went to work. Lacey Eden sends a laser into the back of the net to tie this one up. First of her 2 goals on the night. Then in the second, still tied at 1, Layla Edwards. Little dangle, then Deeks, the netminder, with a top-shelf snipe. Edwards also tallied 2 goals. Badgers win it 6-1, the final. The Badger men bringing their 7-game win streak to South Bend. Wisconsin taking on Notre Dame. No score in the second. Badgers on the attack, and Owen Lindmark redirects the puck in front of the net to put Wisconsin on the board, and he wasn't done. 3rd period now, tied at 1. UW on the power play. Check out number 18. The perfect pass to Charlie Stramel. He cashes in on the one-timer. Badgers win their 8th straight. 2-1 is your final. After another win over Iowa, Wisconsin turns their attention to the Big Ten's biggest surprise, Nebraska. After winning a total of 16 games last year, the Huskers enter the Kohl Center 12-2 with plans to hand the Badgers their first loss in conference play. But Bucky's done their homework. The key to slowing them down starts with the deep ball, because Nebraska has made a living this season from 3-point range.
Just knowing that really they can get a hold of the game right from the start, and if they're down, they can really make their way back with the 3-ball. So we're going to have to try to take those away as much as we can.
They really shoot the ball really well. They've played some tough teams, and they beat some really good teams. So we definitely going to have a good game coming in. We just got to stick to our principles, stick to our rules, and find a way to win.
We all know what's at stake on Sunday in Titletown. A win sends the Packers to the playoffs. But the game goes deeper than that. If Green Bay beats Chicago, do we still call this thing a rivalry? Matt LaFleur has never lost to the Bears. The Green and Gold have won 9 straight in the series and 26 of the last 30 meetings. But that history is just that. And this team knows just how big the moment will be in Green Bay.
They've been playing well lately. And obviously, you know, they have the power to send us home. So, like I said, it's a big game, and I think everybody in this locker room is excited for it and ready for the opportunity to, you know, take our season to the postseason.
We have an opportunity to you know, still reach all of our goals. So, you know, just the opportunity to go out there and, you know, be focused on this one, but, you know, just go 1-0 this week and know that you know, can play some more football is definitely exciting.
And that's it for Morning Sports. Have a great day.
Thank you, Zach. And still ahead, a reason to celebrate your smartphone addiction. Stick with us. You're watching Weekend Mornings.
Don't miss the Smith Brothers Factory Authorized New Year's Sale on now at Wanakee Furniture ETC. Select from many styles on our showroom floor or custom order the Amish crafted furniture that's right for you.
Happy New Year! It's a great time to have RG Heating and Air Conditioning check your home's furnace system for safety and efficiency. RG services all brands and installs quality Trane equipment to keep your home running smooth year-round. Call RG Heating and AC today.
Are you ready to start a meaningful career in healthcare? Are you looking for a job that fits your work-life balance? Become a certified direct care professional today and help those who need you most in your community. WISC Caregiver Careers makes it easy with free online training and a $500 bonus. See your name on Wisconsin's CDCP registry. Start your career today at wisccaregivercdcp.com.
If you've been seriously injured in a car accident, watch out.
Watch out. The insurance company is going to ask you to sign some papers. Don't do it.
You may be entitled to money your insurance company isn't telling you about.
Don't trust the insurance company after your accident. You can miss out on what you really deserve. Call Gruber Law Offices today. There's never a fee until we win your case.
Gruber Law Offices watched out for me and settled my case for $2.5 million.
Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
A concert experience you won't want to miss. It's the Commodores. Performing live Saturday, February 17th at Ho Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells. Tickets are on sale now through Ticketmaster. 70 million albums sold, 7 #1 hits. The Grammy Award-winning Commodores. February 17th at Ho Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells. Your odds are better here.
Stella uses AT&T. Abby has Spectrum One. With AT&T, Stella pays $110 a month for her internet and mobile.
Plus monthly fees. Ouch.
With Spectrum One, Abby gets internet for $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi and a free unlimited mobile line.
That's a good deal. I know.
Abby saves big, over $75 a month. That's over $900 in savings.
I'm switching to Spectrum.
Call, click, or visit a Spectrum store to get Spectrum One.
Don't miss the Smith Brothers Factory Authorized New Year's Sale on now at Wanakee Furniture ETC. Select from many styles on our showroom floor or custom order the Amish crafted furniture that's right for you.
Happy New Year!
Mission Unstoppable, Saturday morning at 9.
And finally this morning, we probably couldn't go a day without it. So today you have permission to thank your tech as it's National Technology Day. Technology is all around us and ever changing. So as 2024 begins, just remember how all those everyday items that make life easier and more connected, and try and imagine what we wouldn't be able to live without in the next decade. Anyway, here's Jacob Madison with a final check of your Saturday forecast. Jacob, some snow out there this morning.
Yeah, and long story short, it's going to be a lot more active going forward. We'll see some snow throughout the day. Pretty light today, but then we have a few rounds of snow next week. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday morning, and colder temperatures as well. So winter is definitely here.
Thank you, Jacob. We're back here tomorrow morning at 6:30.